Hi, everyone. Welcome to STEM Physical Science. My name is Ms. Martin, and if you weren't able to be with me on Zoom on Monday for our first day of class, this is a quick recap of what we covered. So, the first thing that I need you to do is to go onto your school email and look for an email that says Martin Jasmine shared a class OneNote with you. When you click into that email, there's going to be a link for you there to click on and open our classroom notebook. This is really important because it has everything that you need for what we're doing in class on Zoom, and then also for your days when we're not on our Zoom meetings together. So you need to access that first. If you have any problems, email me, jmartin@nsd131.org. Once you get into there, I want you to go into day one that has all of the stuff that we did for this Monday. When you're in there, you want to fill out, how do you see yourself as a scientist? If you know some of the other people in our class and you want to write down their names and how they see themselves as scientists, that would be a good activity for you to do to catch up. And then you'll notice that there are routines and expectations that I have for you for this class. So I want you to be aware that in our class, I do expect you to participate fully as best as you can. Focus on growth and learning over perfection. Respect me, respect each other, respect our classroom space, even though it is online, and make sure that you're embracing all of the quirkiness that is you. I am so about being aware of who we are and embracing those pieces. So make sure you're doing that even while we're online. Another piece I want you to be thinking about is that we will be meeting online together every Monday. So during your class time, whether that's second or third period, you're going to be with me on Zoom, and that meeting is required. I'll be introducing the content for the week, what I want you to be working on, and it'll give you an opportunity to interact with your peers and not be all alone at home. Another thing that I want you to be thinking about is make sure that you are in a space that's school appropriate and that you're wearing school appropriate clothing. This not only will help your mindset and just being in the space of actually learning and at school, but it also just respects me and everyone else in the class while we're on Zoom. Another piece, I want you to have your video on when you come onto Zoom, and I want your microphone muted. The video on is so that we can see each other's faces and just be engaged in that way. And the microphone off is so that you can hear me and there's not a bunch of background noise going on for everybody else. You'll also want that physical science one notebook open when you come to class. When you're working on your own for the rest of the week, on Thursdays, you'll have work to do and you'll want to have a dedicated workspace for yourself that's just for school. So you can help kind of separate those two spaces, your home life and your school life. Make sure you create a plan for yourself. How are you going to accomplish the things that you need to? What kind of things are going to get in the way so that you can make sure that you're keeping up with the work we're doing? And if it helps, I will have Zoom meetings open for you on Thursdays. So if you want to just come hang out with me while you work, if that helps you to maintain focus, awesome. I will be here and you are welcome to join me. Our classwork needs to be completed on time. This is really, really vital so that you can continue to move forward in our class and not get too bogged down with anything that has happened in the past. So make sure you're keeping on top of that stuff. And you'll notice in the OneNote, there's a reflection piece. I want you to think about how you've practiced science or the last place that you've practiced science. We also read a book called The Odd Twist Scientist. You can just YouTube that. I also will post a link in OneNote for you to go ahead and watch if you would like to hear that science story. The last piece that we talked about was your homework. I want you to take some time to find 3 current scientists that interest you. So you can just Google current paleontologist or STEM scientists, or it's not STEM, scientists that are women or scientists that are Hispanic or any of those kind of things. Like, there's so much out there. I want you to then write down their name, what they study, some interesting facts or fact that you found out about them, and then why you specifically chose them. A little extra for you is if you want to find their social media handle on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Snapchat, go ahead and then follow them and let me know if you've done that. The second piece of homework that I want you to do is to just use a 3x5 note card or paper of the same size. It doesn't have to be very big. And I want you to create a miniature intro to you and how you are a scientist. Use whatever materials you like. You could draw, you could make a small collage, you could just write about yourself, but make sure to have your first and last name and how you see yourself as a scientist. Either write it out, draw it out, create a graph. Like I said, make a collage, whatever works for you. When you have that done, I want you to take a picture with your computer and post it here into OneNote. Or you can share it on our Zoom meeting and show it to me that way. So that's just a quick rundown. Please make sure you show up to our Zoom meeting on Thursday. That this week will be the one Thursday meeting that I am going to actually ask that you show up to the best of your ability, but I'll also have a recorded version of that class period as well. So make sure you catch up on your work. Hopefully I'll get to see you and get to know you a little bit better via Zoom and when we have our class meetings. And in the meantime, be safe.